On a bright, sunny day, the earth shimmered with warmth as a grand procession moved through the land. The sound of wings flapping and marching feet filled the air, signaling the arrival of none other than Prophet Solomon, the mighty king, with his vast army of jinn, humans, and birds. His kingdom was unparalleled, and his wisdom reached all corners of the earth. The grandeur of procession was a sight to behold, as a creature and beings from every realm followed the king in perfect harmony. Amidst this splendor, on the outskirts of the kingdom, a humble farmer worked tirelessly in his field. His face was covered in sweat, and his hands were raw from labor. The sun was relentless, and the soil clung stubbornly to his boots. His plow creaked as it dug into the earth, turning it over so that seeds he planted might one day bear fruit. As the farmer took a brief pause to wipe his brow, he looked up and he saw a magnificent procession passing by. His eyes wandered in awe as he watched the grandeur of Prophet Solomon's entourage. A sight so grand, it seems almost unreal. There was Solomon himself seated upon his throne, surrounded by majestic birds flying in formation, jinn moving swiftly beside him, and humans marching in perfect order. The farmer felt a twinge of wonder, but also something else, fatigue. He thought to himself, "Look at Solomon, how great he is, how many are under his rule, how vast is his kingdom, and here I am struggling alone in this field." His heart ached with the weight of his own exhaustion, and fleeting thought passed through his mind. If only I could speak with Solomon, perhaps he would understand my burden, my weariness. As if in response to his silent longing, a voice clear and wise spoke to Solomon, telling him of the farmer's thoughts. God, in his divine wisdom, instructed Solomon to approach this farmer, for he had something of importance to say. Without hesitation, Solomon directed his procession to halt and rode toward the farmer, accompanied by his entourage. When the farmer saw the great king approaching, his heart beat faster. He never expected that his wish to speak with Solomon would be granted. As Solomon approached him, he greeted the farmer warmly with the kindness and dignity that he was known for. "Peace be upon you, humble farmer," said Solomon, his voice calm and reassuring. "I have heard you have something on your mind. What is it that you were thinking as you worked in this field?" The farmer, taken aback by the king's attention, hesitated for a moment. "How did you know?" he asked. Solomon smiled gently and replied, "God has informed me of your thoughts." The farmer nodded, feeling a sense of awe at the very presence of Solomon. After a brief pause, he said, "I was thinking, O prophet of God, that yesterday I was tired and today I am still weary. The work seems endless, the heat unbearable, and I wonder if I will ever find rest. But then, as I looked at your grand procession, I thought, Solomon, the mighty king who governs so many, who has everything, he too must bear burdens. He must be responsible for all who follow him. He must answer for them all." Solomon listened intently, his gaze softening as the farmer continued. "And then I thought," the farmer continued, "that we are all the same. Solomon and I, we are both born into this world, and we both will one day leave it. Your kingdom, as great as it is, will one day end, and I too will pass away. In the end, We are all bound by the same fate. Solomon nodded, encouraging the farmer to go on. I realized, the farmer said, that you are accountable for everyone in your kingdom, for all your people and the jinn and the birds who follow you. You must answer for every action they take, every decision they make. But me, I am only responsible for myself. I have only my own action to answer for. And in that I found peace. There was a long moment of silence as Solomon absorbed the farmer's words. Then with a gentle smile he spoke. You have spoken wisely, Solomon said. Indeed, it is true that as a ruler, I bear responsibility for all those in my kingdom. But you, O farmer, bear a different kind of responsibility. A responsibility that is equally great, though it might seem small in comparison. You are responsible for your own soul, your own actions. And this is a burden that is neither light nor heavy, for it is your alone to carry. The farmer, feeling a sense of calm wash over him, bowed his head in gratitude. Thank you, O prophet of God, he said. I have found peace in your words. I will return to my work now, but with a heart lighter than before. Solomon nodded and turned to leave, but not before offering the farmer a final piece of wisdom. Remember, the burden of responsibility is not always what it seems. Whether you rule a kingdom or attend to a field, what matters most is how you bear it. Carry it with sincerity, with humility, and with faith, and you will be light upon your shoulders. And so, with a heart full of peace and a newfound understanding, the farmer returned to his work, no longer burdened by the weight of his labor or envious of Solomon's power. He knew now that the true measure of a person was not in how many they ruled, but in how they carry their own responsibilities. As for Solomon, he continued his journey, but the words of the humble farmer linked in his heart. A reminder that wisdom comes in many forms, and sometimes the greatest lessons are learned not from kings, but from the simplest of souls.